Hey y'all, thanks for checking out Euclid Mining. So today I'm going to be talking about my two KS0 Ultras and my KS0 Pro. I've been mining Kaspa with the three of them for about 1 year, almost 1 year to the day. And I just thought I'd talk about profitability and whether I should continue mining with these miners going forward. I mean, when I've looked at the numbers, I really wasn't too encouraged by it, but let's look at them and put some pointers to them and see if maybe there's another option. Let's hop over and look at these numbers. So first things first, this is difficulty. And I was thinking that the difficulty might level out a little bit. And it sort of did. It's not going straight up. It has almost always considerably been rising. There have been some little lulls, but overall it's been on the upward trend. Now, recently we have had some dips in here, and that's been nice. Profitability has gone up because of that. But will that continue? Will it continue to slide down? That's all I could really hope for, because I was thinking that when the difficulty was rising because some of these bigger and bigger ASICs were hitting the market, more and more home miners like myself would be turning off and selling their miners or just benching them, and that's it. Well, it didn't really happen. It didn't really look like too many of them went offline. Some did. We did have a nice dip in here as far as profitability was concerned, but nothing that was significant enough. So as far as it goes for difficulty, we're definitely behind the eight ball on that one. So I'm going to give that a thumbs down in this video as far as it goes for continuing mining. We'll look at the emission schedule. Well, the emission schedule, as you can see, it just gets worse and worse as we go forward. Right now we're at what, 69, and we're going to be going to 65. So, and then obviously, as you can see, it just goes down further and further. Like I said, I was in here a year ago. So if we go back to, let's see, where are we at? 20, so 138 casts compared to today of 70 casts. Basically cut in half since the time I started till today. The rewards have been cut in half. So where we look at halvings that happen every 3-4-ish years, this happened over the course of 1 year. So it has gone down dramatically, and profits have gone down with them because of the reward reduction. So it's been pretty tough. I'm going to have to give this one a thumbs down also if you wanted to continue on for Kaspa mining. Let's look at what I'm making. How much am I making? Is it worth it? Let's look at the money. Well, I'm making about 5 casts a day. I was making a little bit more than that at one point, and it came down. It goes up and down. But let's just say around 5 casts, and it comes in to be about 64 cents, 65 cents, around that number. So we'll say around 65 cents for that. And now let's look at the electricity. Like I said, excuse me. Had a couple hot dogs with some Doritos, and my electricity for these is going to be 100 watts per Ultra and 150 for the Pro. And that's because I have it overclocked. As you can see here at our 24-hour averages, I get a solid 300. It really runs just about as good as I can hope. As far as overclocking goes, it's just been a solid machine. The other two I have not overclocked. I tried, had some trouble, was lucky to get them back up and running again, and I didn't really revisit it. Though I am going to start revisiting overclocking settings, but we'll start looking into that a little different at the end of the video. When I look at my electricity calculator for the 350 watts it's going to take me to run these things, and we look at during the weekdays, because this is set up for the weekdays right now, you can see in the summer, it's going to cost me about 91 cents per day to run this, and about 89 cents per day in the wintertime to run these. So let's just average around 90 cents to run these. So around 90 cents to run these, and I am making roughly 65 cents, which means I'm losing 25 cents a day, which comes up to be between $7 to $8 per month. So difficulty is not really going down. The only thing that is going down are the rewards, and I'm paying more in electricity than I'm actually earning while mining. Right now, Kaspa is trading at about 13 cents. And if we look at anything that we want to mine with an Ice River Ultra, you can see that the best thing to mine is a token that I've not heard of yet. Must be a newer one. And it's currently at -1 cent. Now you can see Kaspa says for me here, it's actually in a little bit of a negative, but I know between those three miners, I'm losing about 25 cents a day because I know what I'm using in power and what it costs me per day, and I know exactly how much I'm earning. So these numbers are not exactly right. I do have this set at 10 cent for kilowatt hour, but these numbers don't line up with what I'm getting, and I'm pulling my numbers directly from the wall. Hash rate IO does have inconsistencies like that from time to time. Good site, but inconsistencies like that. So you have to be broad when you look at a lot of these numbers, unless you really know with power meters hooked right up to the wall so you know exactly what you're pulling. If we look at what I might make if I was to sell these, let's see, if I was to sell an Ultra, about 160 bucks, 185 bucks almost right here. This guy did good. Look at that, $50 shipping. This guy hit the home run. Wow. I feel bad for the guy who bought that. I mean, this is 190, about 193 with shipping. And this one's going to be 200 and what, 30 something bucks. So good sale for this guy. I guess if you ever want to sell one, use that image maybe. Let's see what else. 202, 150. You can see how these fluctuate up and down. 130, my God, 167, 188, 210, 215. And these have ended, this was December 3rd, December 4th, December 5th, 10th. This is, let's see, let's get into January a little bit. Here's January 1st, 4th. Nothing sold in, nobody sold in between there. So the 20th at 202. Let's see here, the 20th at 180 and the 24th just today at almost 160. So, 185, 160, 200 to 160, right in between there somewhere. I mean, then eBay's going to want to get their cut. Don't they get like 10%? So they're going to get like 20 bucks out of this. So, I don't know, maybe 170-ish per miner, for instance. Well, let's look at the numbers and see what we would actually get. So I put together a little sheet, just kind of fooling around with it. And you can see here's the Pro. I bought it for $429. I got the Ultra for $239 and the other Ultra for $239. Now, I didn't buy the power supplies for the Ultras because I'm using an HP server power supply with a breakout board, and I could power both of them. As a matter of fact, I could power all three of them and more off of just one of those power supplies. Have a link to where to buy the wires and the power supplies in the description below if you want to check them out. So I bought my own power supplies for that one. This one here, I did have to buy the upgraded power supply, and well, yeah, I had to get that, and that was about 80 bucks for that power supply. I should have just used one of the breakout boards and gone the other way. It was a total waste of money to buy that extra power supply so I could do the overclocking when I should have just used those HP server power supplies with the breakout boards from Parallel Miner and just been done with it. And I've got a video on that. As a matter of fact, at the end, maybe I'll put it up. Well, no, I'm going to put it up right over there. That's where I'm pointing. Over there is where it's going to be. So definitely check that out if you want to look at some power options for your miners. So the shrouds, the fans, the wires, the power supply was about 80 bucks and about $100 in all the other fixins. So about 180 bucks there. So all in, I'm in for about $1,087, ballpark, give or take. Now we can look at electricity. So my electricity, let's look up over here. So about $27.43 and $26.66. So let's just call that about $27 a month. You go ahead and put that together with 12 months because I've been doing this for like almost to the day. I think I'm about like 3 days shy of one solid year of mining Kaspa with ASICs. Used to mine GPU mining for a good long time and did fantastic. So $324 is what it's going to cost electricity for a grand total, all in for 1 year for the entire project, $1,411. Okay, well, let's look at what it would be if I was to start selling these things. If I sold the Kaspa that I mined, and let's just say that I got about 3,600. It's probably a little bit less than that, probably closer to 3,400. I don't have the exact number. To tell you the truth, I had sold Kaspa that I'd been putting it in my wallet with my GPU mining wallet, and it just kind of all got mingled together. But when I do the ballpark and basic math on it, it comes to around 34, 30, 36 on the high end, maybe 34, 33, something down that way on the lower end. But let's just go on the higher end. Let's go on the high end. Let's just say I got 3,600. Man, home run. Great. 3,600. And if I sold that at 15 cents, now don't forget, we're not at 15 cents, we're at 13 cents. But if it was 15 cents, let's hop back over, I would be getting about $540. If I sold these miners, I get the first one for about 120 for the Pro. Maybe I'm going to get 160 for each of the others. Now, if I do include the shrouds with these, of course, I will have to have already included the power supplies, but maybe if I included the shrouds, maybe I'd get an extra, I don't know, $10 on each. So let's call that 170, because I do have the shrouds for all of these and the extra fans for this one. So let's just call that about a little $10 for each one extra, just to pad it a little bit more, hoping for something. And as you can see, for the grand total, comes down to negative $401. So after everything was said and done, $1,411 all in, $1,010 to get out, with a loss of $401. Now, let's just say, what if Kaspa went to 30 cents? And then my profit went up there. Well, now I'd actually be about $139, almost $149 in the black. So I would basically have to wait till Kaspa hit 30 cents, or let's see, 25 cents. Let's just copy this. I did that for the suspense at the end, but let's just put that up here. Right. All right, never mind. So anyway, get off of the screen. You know, so we're still negative. So if it goes to 0.26, 0.27, so about 27 cents. If Kaspa gets to about 27 cents, I would break even on the entire project. So, is it worth still mining Kaspa? To tell you the truth, I'm going to go ahead and put the overclock software on the Ultras, and I'm actually going to start working on efficiency settings. I'm not going to look for that strong overclock of just burning them out, trying to get as much as possible, because that's not going to be the answer. The answer is going to be finding the most efficient settings possible to make the most money and use the least amount of power. And I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot with the overclocking. I'm going to see if I can find more efficient settings, and if I can turn this into close to profitable. If I can get it just a little bit more profitable, I would be just happy as can be. I'll tell you, half of the journey has been overclocking these, working on airflow, upgrading the miners with the new MOSFETs and software and different software, different overclocking software, with different fans. I've got adjustable fans, static fans that just the one speed. I was trying so many different things, and I had a lot of fun. I made a couple videos. Hopefully some of you saw them, learned a little something from them, and you got something out of it. So was it really a waste? Is it not profitable? Yeah, it's not profitable. It's not. But I've had so much fun that what little bit of money I might lose on this project has just been just worth it in such a wealth of information. And like I said, putting out some videos to help other people. Some of the comments, some of the people that had problems, helping them has just been a great experience. So for me, mining Kaspa has been a positive and a plus. It may look like it's a negative on paper, but it hasn't been. So you got to figure it out, what's best for you, what's best for your pocket or pocketbook. I'd love to see it in the comments down below. But I appreciate y'all watching. If you want to subscribe to the channel, button's right over there. You want to watch that other video? I'm going to have that one right up over there. I appreciate y'all checking in. I'm sticking through it. I'm going to work on some efficiency settings, and then I'll make another video and we'll see where we're at. But for now, I'm all in. I'm having a lot of fun with Kaspa, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'll see you next time.